Did you know there's a long-forgotten mixing technique from the analog days that in today's digital mixing workflows can save your vocal tracks from being squashed too hard with compression? Ever heard of fader riding? Riding the fader is all about choosing how to rein in or reinforce dynamics, and this is done with constant level adjustments at, you guessed it, the fader. When fader riding is done right, its dynamics often sound way more natural and leveled compared to how compression goes about squeezing things. Fader riding is a technique, so a skill that takes time to master. Yes, of course, volume automation can be drawn in with a mouse, but this can take a fair amount of time to get sounding natural. And let's be honest, working this way isn't exactly the most fun you can have in your DAW now, is it? But there is a way that you can get natural sounding fader-ridden dynamic control without costly control surface, years of practice, or time wasted mousing around in your DAW. And it's in a plugin called Wave's Vocal Rider, a real-time, idiot-proof, automatic approach to the sound and behaviour of riding the faders. Simply set a target level, a minimum and maximum level range that Vocal Rider's fader will dance between, and you'll get vocal tracks with instant and automatic control.
I sit and I think, if that were me, look what I could have been. I sit and I think, if that were me, look what I could have been.
Let me show you a few ways how Vocal Rider can best serve you in a mix. But before we go any further, please do take this opportunity to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to stay up to date with all future tips, tricks and tutorials that will elevate your mixing and production skills from Waves Audio. Now let's kick off by using Vocal Rider to get a clean and consistent level into other plugins such as compressors. For this, you want to insert Vocal Rider after any EQ you may already have, and before any compressor plugins. When starting playback, the large fader automatically starts to ride in real time. To get Vocal Rider to give you a clean and consistent sounding level, you'll need to set an appropriate target level. Set this, and Vocal Rider will compensate for any level above or below that target. Now that one move will get you most of the way there, but to get your fader riding to sound even more precise, you'll need to dig into the vocal sensitivity, range, and attack controls. Think of the range sliders as high and low boundaries that the fader cannot go beyond, and the attack speeds, slow and fast, as to how fast you want the fader to respond to the dynamics. With the vocal sensitivity control, it's best to think of this as a threshold, which will tell Vocal Rider what vocal signal is and what low-level background noise is, and use the ride and idle LED lights to help you dial this in correctly. You want to see ride lit up when just a vocal is playing, and idle when there is no vocal. For soft vocals that need some gentle control, you want settings like this.
I'm waiting for the sound of your boots on the ground. I'm waiting for the sound of your boots on the ground.
And for more aggressive sounding vocals that have overpowering opening words, you'll need settings like this.
I don't know why you need to treat me this way. I'm not some prize China doll that's gonna break. I don't know why you need to treat me this way. I'm not some prize China doll that's gonna break.
Next, let me show you how to set up Vocal Rider to work in harmony with the rest of your mix, which can sit your vocal levels automatically on top of your music. If you're mixing a vocal to a stereo instrumental track, send a bus post-fade from the music channel and pick this back up in Vocal Rider's sidechain key input. If you're not and your music is multi-track, send all instrumental tracks post-fader via a bus and pick up that bus in Vocal Rider's sidechain key input. Next, play back your song and set Vocal Rider's sensitivity, if needed, and attack controls to get a tasteful ride speed going. The last control to set is music sensitivity. This determines how Vocal Rider reacts to the level of the music. If the level of the music is softer in a verse compared to a chorus, and vice versa, the music sensitivity will make your fader rise and fall in relation to the music, so your vocals won't get buried in the mix.
I couldn't do without. Couldn't do without. Could you do without? Could you do without?
And there you have it, an old school mixing technique done automatically for you that gets dynamics controlled and sounding nice and natural in the process. Now, do you fader ride your tracks? If so, do you use Vocal Rider, real analog faders, control surface faders, or do you simply draw what you need in with volume automation? Let me know in the comments below. There's no right or wrong answer here. I'm just interested to know how you guys go about mixing your vocals. For more information on Vocal Rider and to check out its sister fader plugin, Bass Rider, which, you guessed it, is totally geared towards bass guitar production, do click those links in the description below. As always, thanks for the click and watching to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up to help others find this content. And every like also helps us work out how to best serve you in future videos. Anyways, until next time, keep those faders flying, and I'll see you again soon.